We believe in everyone, that we believe in the holistic educational approach, that we like to see the children of Palestine develop in ways that will change things and make a difference, not only here in Palestine but worldwide. And we hope in the ELCGHL that through our philosophy, which I hope will be fully implemented on the ground, because it's not right now, that we can make this change and this difference, and that will be role models for many other schools, whether they are United Nations schools or public schools or private schools. And I think we are beginning to become models for many schools, but we still have a long way to go ourselves. We have to develop in many different ways.
We have in our schools from 1 o'clock till 2:20 CP program, complementary program. We focus on discovering the talents of the student, and we try to help them in developing their talents. So we have different clubs. We have sport, we have music, we have art, and swimming. We have also computer, some of the students, they work with as projects, preparing as a project with a computer teacher.
بدك تلوني اختار من هون الرياضيات بعدين بختار ايش شو بختار.
Helping the student in developing their talents, because it's very important for me, that the student not just sitting in their classroom and learning and studying and learning by heart, but we want them to be working on themselves, to developing themselves, and also in the artwork we have two teachers. They come in the afternoon and they work with the student like drawing, how to draw something like we had, for example, a competition between schools in the area here, and they draw, and it was really good pictures, because it's they show the life of the Palestinian people.
A few years ago, we developed a comprehensive strategic plan, and it was built on a self-assessment which we did in addition to an external assessment by experts from Germany, the US and Palestine. And some of the goals in this strategic plan are intended for peace education, tolerance, coexistence within the Lutheran school system between Muslims and Christians. Of course, Jewish students are most welcome to come to our schools, but I don't think it will happen for a long time. But our schools are open to all. We do many programs, and we actually do many activities. They differ and vary from school to school. Some of these programs are implemented internally. We are the people who design these programs, the principals, my office, the teachers, the staff. And there are other programs which we have experts from outside come in and help us in implementing such programs. Some of them are NGOs, non-governmental organizations. Some of the things we do ourselves is, for example, recently we introduced the Kairos document into our curricula. It's not fully structured yet, but we are in the process of developing this further and further, so that our students can contribute to this very important document, which talks about hope, peace and faith and love. And what we want is for the young or the youth of Palestine to really be part of developing this ongoing process, the Kairos Palestine document.
We teach this document in our religion classes, in Islamic religion class and in Christian religion class. All the students have to read it and to analyze it and to put their comments on it. And through the English classes, in grade 10 and 11, we do teach this document, and they have to know about it first, and they have to write their feedback about this document.
We are the only schools in Palestine, as far as I know, that implement a joint program where every 2 to 3 weeks students, both Muslims and Christians, they join together in a joint class where both the Islamic education teacher and the Christian education teacher participate as well. They discuss similarities, differences between the Bible, the Quran, Christianity and Islam, and most of all they discuss ethics and the importance of how as human beings we have to respect each other, love each other and behave. And you'll be surprised at the many similarities that there are, and there is a misconception worldwide about Islam, but Islam also talks about love and peace, but people have to understand it, I think, better, even people from this part of the world.
School of Hope also is unique in terms of the exchange programs it provides for its students, and this has been, I think, going on for also more than 10 years with some programs. We have programs with German schools in Germany. We have programs with Norway. We have also exchange programs with Italy, Belgium, and this year we've started one with Denmark. And the exchange programs mainly focus on a couple of teachers with number of students, around, let's say, 7 to 10 at most. They visit the school in the hosting country, and they have an exchange of experience in the educational system there, with the educational system. So they attend classes with the students, and they do some extracurricular activities, like, I don't know, maybe barbecues and stuff, and trips, and they go sightseeing all around the country. And the same happens vice versa in Palestine. So we host also students on the other side with their teachers, and mainly students are hosted by families there, and so are the teachers. And this aims also to really exchange culture on all levels. I mean, they live with the family, they see different traditions, they experience different style of lives, and our students themselves also reflect on the Palestinian culture to the other part of the world, so they know better about Palestine.
The students here learn 3 different languages, and the way that will empower them to take their stories from growing up here in Palestine out to the world, I think will make a huge impact, because they're empowered and able to do that in now 3 languages.
In order to help our students bridge the gap between this part of the world and the West, the East and the West, we do many cultural exchange programs and educational exchange programs so that our students get to learn more about people living in the West, whether it is in the US or in Europe. And this is a very successful program, which is carried out in all our schools actually, to different extents and in different ways. It helps students communicate with the outside world, learn about other cultures, tell people about Palestine and how people live here under occupation and oppression, because there is a misconception in the outside world regarding the situation. But I think this exchange program is very helpful in helping our students understand different cultures, different religions, and how people think, so that in the future they learn how to communicate in a more constructive manner. And this is one of the issues we really need to work on here in this part of the world, communicating and the proper way to do that with the outside world.
We focused this year and last year on a Palestinian document, Kairos document. We work with the student Christians and Muslims together. And also we have morning devotion every morning. The Muslims and the Christians, they come together, praying together, and also singing some songs together. And it's very important for me, the students, Muslims and Christians from different backgrounds, to come all together, sharing their problems, learning together, and also participating in the morning devotion. Christian education, it's a very important, let's say, subject, because we teach ethics and how to how to build like relation between even Christians together and the Muslims, how also to to take the word of God also and share the word with the others, and also to how to be like a light for the others. In our school, we have like program. We established this program in our school because we believe, as a Palestinian Christians and Muslims, they have to know each other first, and they have to know about others. Not just learning Christian education, but we need also people or students to open-minded, how to live with the others, how to share with others, and how to exchange experiences. It's very important between Muslims and Christians together. So we have a program called joint classes or joint lesson. Muslims and the Christians, they come in the religion class together. So we have this programs, we had this since 2000 in our school, and we try to share this program with others, with other schools. The last lesson was about Jesus in the Quran and the Bible. So we give an introduction for the student, and then we open a discussion. We give them a worksheet together. They sit together on the table, like Muslims and Christians, and they work together. We work with them on the vocational thing, so we visited many schools around. Some of the students, they like also to write about what they want after the tawjihi, what they want to study. And this is also, it's very important for them, to give them the opportunity to think in the future what I want to study after I finish my school. And some of the students, we help them, we have a committee, we work together with the student in developing and let them thinking about what they want to in the future.
كيما نسوي الشجرة.
Last year we have working on brass and painting icons. These are new ideas for development of the program. We have this idea last year to draw and to color on ceramic. Now, in order to help our students and their parents also, we arrange, some students they can't pay the tuition fees for the school. So, in Beit Sahur and Bethlehem area, we have a lot of people, they have olive workshop in their house, their own business. So we ask them to send us some grottos, and we take this as part of their tuition fees, because they can pay during the week. We take from them something like this. Also, we have the embroidery. We teach students girls how to do stitches and so on.
Once in the year, we go to the Lutheran school in Beit Sahur, and we have events together. They play like Dar al-Kalima against Hope School and Beit Sahur School and Talita Kumi. So first of all, the participation together, to meet together, to get to know each other, it's also important. We have also events on competition between our schools and the government schools. Once in the year, we invite the Lutheran school. It's the same idea to get to know each other and to know more about the student from different schools.
The thing that I think sets apart the ELCJHL schools from other schools in Palestine and even throughout the world is their focus on the child as a whole, meaning they really focus on developing the child spiritually, physically, emotionally, and intellectually. So not only is there the curricula for all the students, but also there are programs designed to really focus on the students' religion, whether that be through Christianity or through Islam. or there are programs for students who are really interested in art, and there are programs for students who are really interested in sports. And I think that really sets them apart from other schools because they do focus so much on supplying that for each student.
Actually, we're among the very few schools that are co-educational in Palestine. It's a cultural issue. Many families in Palestine prefer to send their girls to a girls' school and not send them to a co-educational school. And it has to do with the culture, with tradition, and with other issues. We don't believe in this. We are unique in the sense that our schools have always, since they've existed, been co-educational. This is very important because you have to really nurture students in an environment which really fits in the world they will experience later on. The world is women and men. It's not men alone or women alone. So when they are trained at a very young age to live together, to work together, to study together, to eat together, it becomes much more easier and they become much more successful at dealing with life's real challenges as they graduate from school, as they enter college, which is co-educational. Even here in Palestine, colleges are co-educational. So we are preparing them for the real life. And that's why it's very critical and very important for us to be co-educational schools. Just being co-educational is empowerment to women because girls and boys are treated fully equally in our schools. They don't have separate programs. Even in things that people here believe are just for boys, like sports, here it's for both girls and boys. They go to the same classrooms. So it is just being co-educational is empowerment. On all occasions, such as Mother's Day, we do a big fuss in our schools. It's a very important day and people celebrate in different ways. The parents, they come in, the students, the teachers, the administration, they all join in doing certain activities, and it varies from school to school. The parent council is very active also in that regard. Also, we have Women's Day, it's worldwide, and on that day we do also special activities to promote the role of women in Palestinian society and worldwide. So just, doing these simple things is live proof that we believe in the role of women and we believe that women are 100% equal to men.
We are a co-education school, so we need to have females as males here at our school. It's for their lives, for the boys and for the girls. It's very important to grow together from a very beginning stages, from kindergarten.
I'm always feeling that I'm given the chance to try things and really, maybe decide upon things also. And I hope all together, women and even men in the administration, I hope always we aim to advance. But education in specific as a whole in the country is being a little bit getting more into being womanized, could we say that? I mean, women are working more in the field of education than men, and this is, I don't know, I mean, it's observed through past 10 years, the numbers are getting more and more women working in the educational field. So I hope also they always have advanced positions in administration and so.
The tuition fees are 3,450 shekels plus the registration fees, which is more than $1,000 a year. But not all of the students are able to pay this amount. And at the same time, this is not the actual cost for each student. It's only 1/3 of the actual cost. So the church is subsidizing the differences between what they are paying and what they are costing. And we have a lot of procedures to support the needy families at our school. There is a committee we have to look for and discuss the applicants from parents who feel it to have financial support from our school.
First of all, of course, we like to be self-sustaining, because if we're not, I think we will close down, because our partners from abroad are not going to support us forever because they have their own problems. So that would be one of the things. Secondly, I would like to see what's written with regard to our philosophy, educational philosophy. And we're talking about a holistic educational approach, an integrated also educational approach. I like to see that really fully implemented on the ground. Now we're talking about it, we're preaching it, we're promoting it, but I think there is still a big challenge ahead of us because we're not really implementing these concepts fully on the ground. And the reason is not because we don't want to or because we don't believe in that, but because of the resources, the limited resources. Our teachers also and our staff have been raised in the traditional system, educational system, and it is a huge challenge to slowly and gradually move them out of this tradition. So we have a challenge in that regard, that people really have to start learning these new ideas that we are preaching. They are not actually new. They are not so new, but to us here in Palestine, and considering the educational system as a whole, you can say that this is a new system. It is far away from the traditional system. So that's what I would like to see, what we would like to see in the ELCJHL over the next 10 years. And this is a huge challenge. And one of the bigger challenges also is that not too many people are applying to become teachers anymore because it's not attractive financially. And we really have to work not alone on that. We have to work with the other schools, private and public, and we have to work with the Ministry of Education to improve the salaries and drastically, I mean, maybe doubling or tripling the salaries. I know this is a big challenge, but if we don't do that, I think education in Palestine will continue to go backward over the next 10 years. So this is a big challenge for all of us, not only the Lutheran school system, but all the schools around. So in summary, what I would like to see, putting financial issues aside, is that I like to see our philosophy, which is on paper, our goals, which are within our strategic plan, really and fully being implemented on the ground, inside the classroom and outside the classroom.